on the hottest show on TV, and we're dying to get the lowdown from Empire. Grace Geely is here. Now, plus, curly girls unite. We've got the perfect fix to straighten those locks without the damage, and guess what? It's not even permanent. Get ready for some beautiful texture.
Love that.
And later, we're having the real fashionistas hit our runway when we take a look at some of the fiercest looks out there in our audience. It's time to spotlight the fashion we love that comes straight from the streets. Now, I can't wait for this girl check as I feel it in my sport. It's going to be real good and what I need. What's up, ladies?
Well, as some of you know, our girl Lady Gaga got engaged a few weeks ago to her longtime love, Taylor Swift. Really sexy, right? Yes.
They're a great couple.
The Chicago Fire actor proposed to Gaga with an enormous heart-shaped diamond rock. And everyone was talking about the ring.
Yes.
But most people did not seem to like it at all. I think it was because of the shape of the ring. I
Well,
mean,
thank God that ain't they man. You know what I mean?
right?
Yeah.
All that matters is, that Gaga likes it.
Yeah.
But it got me thinking, you guys, what if a guy gives you a ring that isn't your style and you hate it?
Oh,
I mean, could that mean he's the wrong guy for you?
It absolutely means that. Let me tell you
Really?
something. Wrong ring, wrong man. Point blank
Okay.
here. Let me just tell you why. Because the man that is to marry you and the man that you were supposed to be dating and in love with and that knows you the most, he's supposed to know you the most.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And so he's supposed to know what you're going to like and what you do not like. You know what I mean?
I don't know if it means it's the wrong guy.
It is. It does mean that.
However, it depends on, let's just say the ring is so far different from what you'd ever rock.
That's what happened to me, you guys.
Adam?
Yes, Adam and I, we went ring shopping, and I liked a particular style.
Before he proposed.
Yes, but I have to say, when he asked me, I like this style way better than I
And
like
it's
before.
nothing like what you had.
Nothing like. I was like, I remember going, oh, that's not what we looked at, but it's better. I love it. So Adam did.
So he knew you better.
He knew me better.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, doesn't that, solidify my point here?
That's true.
Thank you very much. But I just have to back up my friend.
Yeah.
Because
What?
I'm not that kind of girl who wants to go ring shopping with my man.
No.
Absolutely, positively don't invite me. Like, that's a bad day and a date for me. Like, I don't want to know. You know what I
You want
mean?
to be surprised.
I want to be surprised. I want you to go and ask my daddy, and my mama too, because she really going to tell you the truth.
What if you ain't got a daddy? What you supposed to do?
Ask your mama, because your mama going to
What
keep
if you
it
ain't got
real.
a mama? What you supposed
Well,
to do?
ask your mother. Ask your best friend.
What if you ain't got nobody? What if
Ask your somebody. If you ain't got nobody, say yes and think about it later.
But
How
is
about
it
that?
okay to go ring shopping?
I don't
think so.
personally, I want you to think about it.
It was because Adam was really nervous and he wanted to make sure that he got what I really liked.
But then he didn't even listen to what you said.
No, but he got better. But honestly, you guys, it was like a year and a half even before he asked me.
got it.
So I still was surprised.
I also think, Tamara, what about if a man buys you a ring with a special touch to it that shows he was listening? Like Freddie got me a ring. I've never worn like a real diamond before, so it was like a really nice touch. But he picked a color that was unique, and it happened to be a color that touches my spirit. Like I think yellow is a very jubilant, joyous color. And because I love chocolate so much, dark chocolate, shut up, Lonnie. Stay away. He decided to put dark chocolate diamonds, which is a type of a diamond, on the ring. So I don't know what kind of ring I like, but the special touches that shows he knows me meant a lot to me. So I do agree. Thank you. But I do agree. It's showing you knew me.
When I got married, I had like a gold band. I was so wasted. I don't even know what that thing
That
is
girl's
right
crazy.
now.
So you did a Britney Spears?
Yeah.
You did?
It was
Las Vegas.
beautiful though. I remember it.
I just remember.
I had on this Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, Lord.
And
Not the Hawaiian shirt.
Why did you have a Hawaiian shirt? You were in
you
Vegas,
know,
not Hawaii.
yeah, but it was just, we just felt like being Hawaiian. It was comfortable.
Okay.
And stuff, and I was sitting there.
Have a Mai Tai. You don't need to wear a Hawaiian
When
shirt.
you hear those, because it was a real wet.
Did you have a veil with your Hawaiian outfit?
Yeah, it was a white veil. It was a blue Hawaiian shirt, and he just started talking. He started officiating, and then he said, the rings. And he had the rings because he asked me to marry him.
Yeah.
So he had taking care of everything.
Wow.
And I was like totally like, okay, I guess I'm going to do this.
What?
And he brought out this, and I just remember at that moment when he put that band on, I said, this is nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
It's
dope.
really, really nice. And I had the best 3 months of my life.
That is awesome.
It was really nice.
That is very cool.
Yeah. That's the nicest thing you've ever said
Is your
about
mom-
marriage.
I know, it was nice. 3 months, and then reality sunk in.
Was your mom there? Did anybody?
No, nobody was there. I don't even. I think it was an Elvis impersonator as the witness.
No way.
No, because we really were. It was really a surprise for me.
Yeah.
Really, it was a surprise. But I do remember that band, and it's something very special because it means a lot.
Yeah.
When you say you're ready to be committed, and that's why it's important. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's material." No,
Not at all.
it's a symbol. Because when I see a man with a ring, I leave him alone.
You bet
You
you
know what I'm
are.
saying? I don't do that.
She's right. Are you sure about that,
But
Mom?
Bing has a ring, Lonnie.
Bing swears a ring. Speaking of married men, I realize that there is a little bit of a stigma about dating a man who's already been married. He's not currently married. He's already been married.
Right.
And clearly it's working for me, but initially it was not my ideal. You don't seek out most of the time somebody that's already been married, especially because I haven't. What do you guys think about, women who don't want or who think twice about dating a man who's been married before?
Well, I think in this day and age, there are a lot of divorced men.
Yeah.
And I just think it's a sign of the times. I mean, you're going to find men that, they've been married. They want to be, it didn't work out the first time or third or fourth, whatever, and they try it again.
And you think it's a good thing or a
you
bad
get it
thing?
right. That's what I say.
I agree with that.
But I think it's important to know why they aren't married
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
You have
I
to
don't
find out
think so.
their motive.
Yeah.
Yes, because maybe they were the jerk.
But
Who knows?
that was that relationship though. And let me tell you why you shouldn't be asking that. Because that relationship has nothing to do with your relationship.
But it depends, Tamar. What if he was a wife beater? What you gonna do?
Well, you're supposed to Google your man though.
No, but some women just don't know. They're smitten. They're caught up. They're caught up in it. But
I think it's important to know enough about the man that you're going to marry.
everything.
Yeah.
But I think what you're leading to is because of the fact, and we can use you, Lenny's been married before, he's now divorced, and you have never, that's the issue, you've never been married.
Exactly.
So you kind of feel in a certain type of way.
Yeah, and I think what it is that we feel is like, I'm about to have this really special moment for my first time, and you've already done it.
Yes.
And I'm not gonna lie, for the beginning of my relationship, I felt that way. And then obviously talking with you ladies, you guys were like, yes, but he's never done it with you. And that there is something a man can learn from having had a failed marriage, and that hopefully in this one, they could have learned something and do better the next time.
Absolutely.
I would also say, in addition to that, what I respect about Lenny and for other couples out there that are dating when somebody has been married before, to take their time extra carefully, even more so because they've already made the decision. Yeah. And I would question what didn't work out. So when they're divorcing you date them, I would even tread lighter and more slower to make sure that this is really okay.
I don't think I find that with the single girls. I think I find that with the men that's already been married. I think they tread lightly. I think they're the ones who are like, wait, hold on, I kind of don't want to marry. I did that. I don't want to do that no more. Then I gave up half their money. They got to re-up. They don't want to do that. You know what I mean?
And so it's kind of a big deal for them to say, let me give this another go. And I think that's how I took it.
And the nice thing about when you've had a man that's already been married, he know how to take out that trash and put down that seat. So that's important. You got to train him on that. That's what I'm saying.
But naturally, there are things that you have to think about. Like, for instance, and I'm not going to lie, I used to ask a bunch of questions. I'd be like, okay, so when did you get married? What month? I would ask, like, well, how many bridesmaids did you have? What colors? You don't want to choose the same color.
Oh, but that's
because he's going to do it again. Yeah. What?
That's annoying.
Yeah.
All
For me
those
to ask?
questions.
Oh, but it gets better. I would ask all those questions. He would never answer. He would literally always tell me, I don't remember, Adrian. It was a really long time ago. But, like, you think I stopped asking? No, I started asking the friends that attended. I'm like, does anybody have a picture?
See,
I'm like,
I think, in my opinion, you need to let all that go.
yes. So you ready for this?
Oh,
I
Lord.
genuinely don't know. No one has ever told me.
Good.
Anyone has ever. And now I'm almost glad that no one's told me because I'm gonna do my own thing, my own way, and it doesn't matter.
Who cares? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Okay. We are having same best man.
One thing,
You let it go
he's
for
still
something
I didn't go, but I am going to say something. We are having the same best man.
You think he's gonna save his speech?
He's had the same best friend for years. Bert, I love you. But he's just giving a different speech. We want a different energy in this. Can I just say to the other ladies that are married here, God forbid, but let's just say something happened and you're now single, you're divorced. Would you ever get married again? Because I'm going to say right now, if
we know you are.
Me?
No,
She would not. I would
black
not.
rapper in a band. I know that, Jeannie Miles. No, it was just Ludacris, Big Sean, Little John, Little Wayne, Little.
She just wants to go. I'm being serious, okay?
Okay, all right.
No, if we didn't work out and
Go ahead, tell us what you want.
I might live a life kind of like yours, or I just wouldn't get married again.
Oh, now you talking, girl. Now you just okay.
Think about all you've been through. Would you do it again? Would you do it again, Tamar?
I definitely would, because I'd be afraid I'm caught out there like that. I don't want to do that.
What you mean
You
go out
like
there?
being married.
Yeah,
What you talking about?
I don't want to be in the street like that.
What you mean?
Don't let me go wild. Don't let me go
Age appropriate.
Tamar comes to life when you're like single. Tamar might be a problem.
Boot me up.
Girl,
I
if I
got
could
you.
get a year with her, if that happened, I get a year with her, I'd have a good time. Oh, we would have a good time. We'll be turning up on Tuesday.
I'm thinking. What about for you? I will say, if I weren't married and it didn't work out, I would really, really think about the next time. I wouldn't, just be like, oh, okay, because it is hard work, and sometimes just as much as you have your blissful days, you have the most stressful days ever.
So you're saying you would consider and you could see yourself marrying again?
I would consider seeing myself marrying again. However, I would really, really, really make sure it's the right
I
thing.
can only imagine.
Because I love being with somebody.
I can only imagine and it's never gonna happen because you love Adam.
I
Adam
do.
loves you too much. But
Yes.
if it did, because hypothetically,
Would you want to just go buck wild?
See, that's
no,
what I'm saying.
I would have to go every Wednesday to single ministry with you. I know that.
Oh my God, I love it. Well, thank God you won't be doing that anytime soon.
First John, second, you will find the person.
Enough of the crazy talk, all right? I've got something that'll make all of us smile more than the crazy comments over here. One of this year's most loved animated movies, Big Hero 6. Did you guys hear about it? It just won the Oscar for Best Animated Feature. And if you guys haven't heard about it or seen it, guess what?
What?
You're in luck because you're all going home with a copy! You at home can get in on it too. Just head over to thereal.com for a chance to enter to win one of 10 that we're giving away online. Now we've got to take a quick break, but up next, all eyes are on our audience. Yes, all of you guys out there. When we check out fierce fashion looks coming straight from the streets. Don't you guys move. We'll be right back. This is